Hello Reignite family, so here I am at the Magistrate Court again, but I do have a pretty good story to tell you. So I have two charges left that are summary offences. One of them is for going to a protest and one of them is for going to someone's house to do an interview. Anyway, the judge gave me an option to plead not guilty, and he would probably find me guilty and then not even charge me any money or anything like that, because he said, you've already been to prison for 22 days, you've done enough. So I contemplated this option a lot and decided that I decided that actually I need to fight this, because if I plead not guilty and then he finds me guilty without a chance for me to discuss it, then there's no precedent set. So I didn't want to drag this out, but I'm dragging it out, and I want to tell you that there are good judges, okay? The magistrate I had today was a lovely person, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to get him in trouble or anything like that, but I can tell you sympathy is out there for people like us. The whole courtroom were basically on my side. The judge actually gave me a lot of time. I represented myself, and so he helped me out with tips and things like that. And it was a really great experience. I mean, obviously it's embarrassing even having these discussions. It's also embarrassing even entering a plea. It's embarrassing even giving excuses as to why I left my house. And I said all of this to the magistrate. I said, this is a waste of taxpayers' money. Can we just get this over and done with? Just, why don't you just throw them out? He didn't have the power to do so. If he did, maybe things would be different. But, the sympathy for people like us is definitely, it's growing. A lot of people came up and spoke to me afterwards and things like that. I even had a barrister put up his hand and offer to help. So it was really, really nice. The feeling is very different than it was a year ago. I think, there was also a journalist here, and his conversation with me was very different as well. And what I realised is that the only way that we're going to mend the divide in society with this whole pro-lockdown, anti-lockdown, vaccine, whatever, is to look at the actual person behind the opinion. Now, I'm anti-vax, I'm proud of it. I went to the lockdown protest and I'm proud of that too. But it's not all I am. There's so much more to who I am. And there's also a lot more to the people that we have fought with, the pro-vaxxers or the pro-anti-lockdown. They are more than their opinions. We are all more than that. And I said this to the journalist that, we really need to start mending the divide. And the way that we do that is to have empathy for what people are regardless of their opinions. So we really need to do that, because I just said to the judge as well, I said, look, I'm just a human being. I'm just sick of coming to court. I've already been to prison, I've done all this, they've still got my phones, I'm still on bail. You could see in his eyes, he was doing all he could. He gave me way more time than he should have, honestly. But look, the next date is in May, and it's going to be a 3-day hearing. Can you believe that? A 3-day hearing for a COVID fine. And I said to the judge, come on, this is absolutely a waste of taxpayers' money. Can we save the taxpayers some money here? And he's like, I don't make these decisions. And it's just so embarrassing. I mean, no one becomes a magistrate or a policeman for that matter, or a lawyer, to sit there for 3 days explaining why they left their house. And let me tell you, I'm not going to be justifying why I left my house. I'll tell them why, but I won't be justifying it. And it's interesting because one of them is obviously the protest on the 21st of August 2021. And my argument is that I'm a journalist, but I said to the judge, I have an issue even making that argument, because if I can justify legally that I was there for media reasons, does that mean the thousands of other people who were there didn't have a right to be there? I can't really use that argument, because it null and voids the whole point that everyone has a right to be there. Now, I'm telling you that what I suspect will happen is they will withdraw these charges before May, because they don't want to have this discussion. Because the discussion is protesting a human right or not? It is that simple. If there is a deadly virus, let's say there was actually a deadly virus, if you want to risk your life to go to a protest because you really believe in it, that is your choice. If you want to stay home because you're scared of the virus, that should be your choice. This discussion needs to be had. And that's why I didn't take the easy option, as I really almost felt like doing. But I promise you guys I would fight as much as I can. And the real fight's going to happen when I go after them for what they've done to me, because you cannot do this to a tax-paying citizen of this country who's just trying to help people. You can't put them in jail and then take them out and then pull them through the courts, and you just can't do it. So we're going to make a point. But it's a human right to protest, and the only thing I'm guilty of is standing up for human rights. So I guess we'll see you in court, sir, and you know who I'm talking about because he'll probably watch this video. See ya, bye.